Hello, everybody. This is Kenny Cummings here of Chilling with Kenny C right here on TMVCafe.com, bringing you entertainment to your ears. And joining me on today's episode is a Grammy nominated singer, songwriter. She is an entrepreneur and a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award honoree. Such an incredible, talented artist, and her latest single is called "We Are One," and that song is available on streaming platforms. I'm joined with Miss Monique Nikkole. She's with me right now. How's it going?
Hi, great. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for being here. Hope everything is well on your end.
Everything is well, thank you.
Great, great to hear. Obviously, as I said in the introduction, very established artist, entrepreneur, very business like with everything you have been doing and everything. Um, and Grammy Award nominated. That's pretty cool too. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Uh,
thank you.
so I want to start off. Before we get into what's happening now, I want to go back, talk a little bit about your journey as far as, getting started, getting to where you are now. What was it like when you was getting started?
I started in the music business as management, a studio owner, concert promoter, and like doing background vocals and stuff like that. I didn't take center stage until 2015 when I decided to invest the knowledge that I learned behind the scenes with my own musical career. And in 2015, I released a single called "Say Yes" that hit the R&B charts. It got played on all the stations throughout the United States, and then I had a remix that was a reggae remix, and that went around the world, from the UK and all around the Caribbean and the United States. And that's when it all began for me as a recording artist in 2015. But I always sang, but it wasn't really supported by my parents. They wanted me to be in school and, have a career outside of the music business, understanding the pitfalls of and the risk associated with the music business. So I decided to just fade into the background, and be support for other artists, which I enjoyed during that time.
So, with the song "Say Yes," instant hit, and it reached number 7 on the iTunes, gained major playlists. Um, so what was your reaction when you noticed the song was starting to catch some steam and it being included on iTunes charts? What was going through your mind when you saw that the song was Say Yes was getting the traction that it get?
Oh, it was great. But the song that you're talking about is Queen of the Hustle.
Cream Hustle, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that song was more recent because I have a pretty large catalog because I continue to release music since the time that I came out.
Mhm.
And I was very happy, especially because of the message behind the song and the timing around the release of that song. So it really was an exciting time, of course, to get to number 7 with that song, especially because it was a song that was written straight from the heart.
It does have to be satisfying with your music, getting the reaction that it get and
Mhm.
getting people to sing along, going on social media and posting clips of it or singing into the song or using it on the IG story. And, that's, and you know, man, and as far as with woman and music, it's that representation. It's that hey, you know what? This woman must know me, because I can relate to some of the things that she's talking about, whether
Right.
it's from her experience or someone else's experience. I mean, I do kind of look at musicians as therapists to a
Mm,
degree, because it feels like there's something missing. There's something that's missing the void. And when you hear that music, when you hear the melody, you hear the word play, it takes you on a roller coaster. It's like, oh, you know what? I think this person must know me. This person must have, like, where has this person been in my life? Because I feel what you're saying. And I think that's what I love about music is how impactful it could be on a person's life. It could be that escape that they need,
yeah.
and that has to be powerful, for you being an independent artist and hearing, your fans, your listeners get, supporting with you. That has to be a great feeling for you for your music to have the impact that it got.
It is, and I'm grateful and I'm humbled by the responses that my music has received. Um, music in itself is a ministry, and as you say, it's therapeutic. It's something that you feel and you experience when you hear it, and it's very important to be able to um sort of write a soundtrack to someone's life, because we're all experiencing different things day to day. And when you're writing from either a personal experience or things that are, at least for me, things that are going on in the current events. And that's one of those songs that mirrors what was going on at the time.
So obviously, you as an artist, you inspire so many people. Well, I want to know who inspired you. Who are some of your influences as an artist? Who are some of the people that you look up to?
My early experiences were Stephanie Mills, Patti LaBelle, Melissa Morgan, Mickey Howard, um, Celine Dion, and Gladys Knight, and more recent, Jennifer Hudson. Of course, Beyonce's work ethic is just unmatched, and her stage presence. Yeah, I think that there's a few more, like Brian McKnight, Tank. I absolutely love. He has a brilliant instrument. The way that he uses his voice and his production and his writing is really great too.
You sound like my parents very well, because those are some of the artists that they love,
Yeah.
especially Patty and Gladys.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to their music at a very young age. My dad has all these old vinyls of these artists, and
Mm-hmm.
Motown, you know, Michael, Jackson 5,
Yeah.
just and anything Motown related, Stevie Wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I definitely grew up appreciating them. I was just a kid at the time. I was just enjoying whatever my dad was playing in
Yeah.
his office, and just smiling. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
then I got a little bit older, and then how parents are. They love you, but they like to gloat. They like to gloat. They like to be like, back in my day.
Yeah.
We had that feel good music.
Mm-hmm.
We had that music with substance,
Right.
music with meaning,
Yes.
just music with emotion.
Mm,
We didn't have no AI. We didn't have no over exaggerations of storytelling. We had it came from the heart. It came from the soul.
yes, indeed.
Um, and and I wasn't trying to be the naive person saying that music of my era was this and that. Like I know, I was born in the '80s. I loved the '90s growing up. And 2010s is debatable. We that could be that's a whole different conversation.
Yes.
But as far as that era of the '70s, '60s, and '80s, even you know, it. I wish some of these artists had some inspiration behind that, because there was no politics. There wasn't no drama going on in the
Mhm.
music industry. Maybe behind the scenes,
Oh,
but
there was a lot of drama,
yeah,
trust me.
there was drama behind the
But
scenes. Yeah.
it was a different time. It was before social media. It was before everyone had to know everything that was going on in your personal life. That wasn't
Mhm.
something that was frowned upon.
Yeah.
Like we had shame back then. You know what I'm saying? There were things that were going on, but it's stuff that you keep in your own little closet somewhere.
Yeah.
Whereas today, everybody thinks that they need to put every ounce of their life out there and they dirty laundry on full display. So that was a time where people, and I hate to say it because I'm not saying that people don't have class now, but there was a lot of class back then, you know. And you didn't have the auto tunes and you didn't have all of those things to adjust your voice. Like you had to sing.
Hmm.
You had to sing. And those are the artists that taught me. Those are the artists that I came up listening to because of my parents, like yourself. And those are my vocal heroes coming up. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, back then, like you really had to sing. There was no other way. There was no other way around it. You could not merely vanilla your way
No,
into the industry.
no, not
Um,
at all.
we saw what happened to them, and it's yeah, you really had to sing.
Mhm.
There was no American Idol in that era. There was no Voice. It was just a demo and just hope that somebody calls.
Right.
Um,
Hmm.
Now music is like accessible to everywhere. And we as far as how do you feel about this ever changing of music per se, as far as being more accessible with the streaming and other platforms compared to what it was 15, 20, 30 years ago?
I prefer the tangible product. Um, Listening and reading the credits, reading the lyrics as you experience a body of work. That element was so substantial in the listening experience in itself. And I miss that. I know that there's has been a resurgence of vinyl, of CDs, and hard copies of music, which I absolutely love. Now, as far as the accessibility with being able to find music online, I do like that because sometimes you just need that as a point of reference if you're looking for something. But the way that the streaming models are set up, and how the payments go out and how they're structured, it killed artists because they can't really recruit the money that they're now investing into their careers when you're getting a fraction of a penny. It's more exposure, it's more accessible, but it's still a business. Artists are giving you food, but you can't go to a restaurant and just eat for free. So it needs to be restructured, which I know Congress has been doing some restructuring as far as fighting for artists' rights. That's been going on the past couple of years because I've also been signing on to those petitions to have those things changed. And, strength comes in numbers. And hopefully, we could get a fair share of our artistry back through streaming. It should be at least a penny per stream, at least. I don't know what anyone's going to ever do with a fraction of a penny. Music is very, very expensive to make and to create. And it's something that consumers want. It's something that makes the world go round. Like everything has music. So why not make sure that the artist could pay their bills off of their music? So no, I don't particularly care for that end of the streaming. The accessibility, that's great, but not the structure as far as payments they go.
I definitely agree 100% as far as the streaming structure. Like I have read reports about the streaming costs, streaming payments per se,
Mm-hmm.
and we talking these are multi-billion-dollar platforms,
Right.
and you mean to tell me that this is the money that these artists get for their work on their music per se? It's
Mm-hmm.
and It's like the artists are getting the short end of the stick here,
Yes.
and it feels like yeah, Congress constantly trying artists like yourself and many others, especially on the independent side, are trying,
Mm-hmm.
and there's still more work to be done. Um, but you know, I do miss the element. I do enjoy the CD, and at least for my era, for
Mm-hmm.
CDs, I used to buy countless of CDs. Tuesdays or Fridays at Best Buy.
Oh yeah.
I remember when they were $9.99 in the first week of release, and then they spiked the price the week after.
Right.
Um, I got the credits, the producers, the
Mm-hmm.
songwriters. It was just it's almost like Christmas
Oh yeah.
when you when you take the wrapper off, you look at the cover, you look at the everything, the thank yous and everything. You don't get that with streaming. Like,
Right.
yeah, they will show you the songwriter credits and stuff like that if you are willing to look at it.
Right.
But it's just something different about a CD or a vinyl when
Mm-hmm.
you look at the back of the cover and look at the songs and the features and things like that. So yeah, music has changed a lot, and that there is a resurgence in vinyl. I definitely believe, at least what a lot of people are saying.
Absolutely.
Um, but you know, the there's some things that people hold near and dear. So there's still some elements here and there that we like and dislike, in these other times that we live in. So, uh, with that being said, I've listened to a plethora of your songs.
Oh,
sounds amazing.
thank you.
You are such an incredible artist.
Thank you.
So I definitely look forward to hearing more music from you. And with that being said, do you have any? Are you working on some more music? Maybe some singles on the way, maybe an EP,
Yes.
album, or what do you have on the horizon in the coming weeks and months?
Yeah. End of spring, I'll be releasing my EP, Enigmatic, and We Are One will also be on that EP with a host of other songs. Some heard before, some not. There's Red Bottoms and Lingerie featuring Little Flip will also be on that, and Queen of the Hustle. So those would be the three singles that have been released that will be on that body of work. So there'll be about four or five more songs on that body of work when I release it later in the spring.
All right, super excited about that.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
you mentioned Lil Flip, platinum selling hip hop artist known for hit songs like Game Over,
Mm-hmm.
Sunshine, played a vital role of Houston hip hop resurgence back in the 2000s.
Yes.
Um, I'm very fond of Flip, very fond of him as an artist and as a businessman,
Oh
obviously.
yeah.
Um, what was it like to have that feature with Flip? How did that came to be?
Well, my management at the time, Michael Stemley, he bought the record Red Bottoms and Lingerie to me. That was produced by J. Hot Scott and his cousin C. Scott, and written by Ray Lavender. And I was like, oh wow, this is different. Like I've never done a record like that. And I'm like, all right, I'm up for the challenge. So I cut the record and he was like, you need a rap feature on here. I'm like, yeah, I do. And I'm thinking more of a female because it's talking about red bottoms and lingerie. I didn't really see it from a male perspective. And then he's like, nah, we need to put a guy on there, like talking about you. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, what about Lil Flip? And I was like, oh, okay. So he reached out to his people, we got together. He sent me the verse. It was fire. We put it on there, and then we had to coordinate. That was pretty tough. And we shot the video in Houston, and it was great. He's a perfect gentleman, great to work with. About his business, still a friend today, and just happy that we were able to match each other's chemistry on the song, and it came out great. And he's brilliant. Like he just goes off the top of his dome. I remember when I was having the song registered, I'm like, can you send me the list of lyrics? And he was like, I just said it off the top of my head, I never wrote it down. So like, okay. So I'm like pausing and writing everything down to have it registered. But he Flip is just mad cool. He is so cool and down to earth and about his business. And it was just a pleasure working with him. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to release another song that we did together about a year or so ago. So we'll see what happens with that.
Ooh, so you got another song with him. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's cool. Very I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued. And I'm glad things turned out well. Things on both ends taken
Mm-hmm.
care of. And I shot a music video for it. So yeah, y'all be on the lookout for Monique Nikkole's new EP coming at the end of the spring.
Yes, indeed.
Just in time for summer. You
Yeah,
see, you notice she said in the spring. Which she's setting y'all up.
I am.
Right? She's setting y'all up for the summer mood, setting y'all up. So right now, what she's been doing, giving y'all the appetizers, taking us through the spring, kind of the cold weather here and then the decent weather here. We in spring now, obviously, so she's coming, y'all, with more music.
Yes,
Keep
indeed.
keep supporting her recent releases, and the EP is gonna be here before you know it.
Indeed.
So where can people find you in social media?
I'm at Monique Nikkole everywhere. That's Monique Nikkole. All right. So that's very important because it's not spelled like the
Yeah,
regular Nicole. So it's Monique Nikkole. And if you add .com, that'll take you to my website. If you Google me, you'll find everything under Google as well.
absolutely. So Monique, thank you so much for your time. Congrats on everything
Thank
up to
you.
this point. You are class personified, and you really holding it down for the ladies, obviously.
Oh,
And just keep doing your thing, and I'm looking forward to the EP. Much love to you and your fan base,
thank you.
and
Much love to you too. Thank you.
yeah. And again, be on the lookout for a new EP. It is coming by the end of spring, so stay tuned. She's got more music on the way. Keep in touch with her on social media as well. You have a good night. Have a great weekend.
Thank
And
you. You as well.
you have a good night.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right.